Well, hello, everybody. My name is Kamar Gartman, and I'm with the Catalyst Space Accelerator. And we're hunkering down in our homes like all of you are for COVID-19 crisis. But there are a couple of our alumni companies that are doing great things in finding solutions for the COVID-19 crisis. And one of those companies is MEM Computing. And with me today, I have John Bean calling in, and we're recording this on Zoom and hoping that you can learn something more about what this amazing company is doing as a solution. So John, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what MEM Computing does.
Sure. Thanks, Kimar. I appreciate you giving me a call and giving me a chance to talk about MEM computing. So MEM computing is a new compute technology that's able to solve extremely hard computational problems. So the longer the problem takes to compute today, the more applicable MEM computing is. And we're able to solve problems that currently take hours, days, or weeks. But with MEM computing, we solve them in minutes or seconds. And we
Amazing.
focus, thanks. We focus on optimization type problems. And these are problems that are very commonly used in data analytics. It's also used in things like drug discovery. We've had chemical companies that have used us for things like protein folding. We're working with a lot of other companies in the commercial field on logistics and other areas like that. But there's a lot of application to what people are doing on COVID-19. And we've offered our services free for those who would like to see if MEM computing can make a difference for them.
Well, that's awesome. So I assume your area has been hit pretty hard by COVID and you're working from home. Has your company suffered quite a bit from this crisis?
Actually, well, we're all working from home, but since we're a small company, it's actually worked out okay for us. We're still really productive. We have a lot of active programs that are going on. We have actually new projects that we're working on as well. A lot of what we do are around operational problems for companies to help them optimize some of their processes. And we're actually saving these companies hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars monthly. And
Wow.
because we're able to optimize these problems that otherwise couldn't get optimized. And because of that, and just the need right now for saving money, especially because our revenues, most companies' revenues have gone down significantly, the more they can do to optimize and cut costs and operations, the better. So we're actually seeing a lot of activity there.
Well, why don't you tell us a little bit more about what you're doing as a COVID-19 solution? And you said it's free, so I'm sure there's some companies that might be watching this right now that would love to hear more and how they can access what you're doing. Do you want to go ahead and touch on that?
Yeah, I'd love to. So there's a number of areas where we can help. What first drove me to offer our services for free was when I was watching the COVID-19 updates, and one of the doctors was talking about the modeling that they're doing in order to try to predict how the COVID-19 exposure will increase, and or are we flattening the curve to identify the curve, and how that's going to kind of figure out where we are in the overall scheme. And that is exactly the type of computations that our technology is solving today in other areas, but it could be applied very easily to that. And then, as I said, we've worked with some of the largest chemical companies in the world who have used our technology on chemistry calculations in order to do computational chemistry work, including protein folding. And protein folding is something that goes into drug discovery. That's some of the early steps to determine the best solutions you could have for drug discovery. And so there's also application, it could be application for those who are trying to create a vaccine or even a cure or any medication that goes along with it. Our types of what MEM computing can help them with is really the really difficult computations that go along with decoding the DNA and the gene sequences around the virus in order to figure out the best way to meld with that virus in order to inoculate it, essentially. And we're really interested in, and it covers that gamut, right? So it can be from data analytics to helping with the drug discovery to so many different areas that people are working on today.
Wow. And you said you can cut that computation time down to just seconds. So, I mean, it's a vital technology that we have to have right now to fight this COVID-19 problem.
Yeah, we think we could help make a big difference. Our challenge, so we've gotten pretty good exposure to the fact that we're doing this. And we've talked early to some companies, especially in the San Diego area. There's a lot of companies here that are in the life sciences and working on vaccines and even to detect if you have COVID-19 and things of that nature. But we haven't started working with anybody yet exactly. And part of the challenge has been that these companies are working so hard that they're kind of forced to work harder, not smarter, in that if they could step back and take a few days to work with us and we can help them actually formulate the problem if they aren't sure how to do that as well. Typically, there's problems that they have that are already formulated that work already with how our system works, but we can help them do that. And it may be something that it takes, a few days to a few weeks even to do the work that can then save you months in the long run. Because right now they have to do a lot of trial and error, and some of the computations that they do can take days or even weeks, and they have to wait till that gets done. Then they'll do something if there's an error, it doesn't quite do what they need, then they run some more computations. These are the types of things that we can actually help accelerate for them. But really, everybody's kind of stuck in a heads down mode. So that's our biggest challenge right now, is just finding somebody who can take a moment to step back and to work with us to see if what we have can't really make a difference for them.
So if there's a company listening to our discussion right now on LinkedIn, how would they get a hold of you and be able to start this conversation about how they could access your technology?
Sure. Well, we're on LinkedIn. Mem Computing has a page. I have a page, John Bean, that's B as in boy, E-A-N-E. My email is B as in boy, E-A-N-E @memcpu.com. So that's memcpu.com. We also have a website, memcpu.com. There's ways to contact us on that. So we've got a pretty good presence. If you just search for us a little bit, I think you'll find us, and we certainly welcome people to reach out.
Well, that's great. Just one more question. Those of us who are listening to you today, is there anything we can do to get the word out, to help you get the word out? Certainly, I'll share this on my LinkedIn, but is there anything else we can do?
Well, that's great. I really appreciate that, sharing it on LinkedIn. We've used social media as well to share it, LinkedIn and Twitter and Facebook. If people know others that are dealing with this, if you're not dealing with it yourself, and people who are dealing with trying to find a cure or any medication or running models, analytical models to help determine where this is all going and perhaps how soon we can all get back to our actual work, our offices again, then please share that with them, and we'd love to talk to anybody, or reach out to us and let us know of people you may know of that we should reach out, because we're willing to do that as well.
Great. Well, thanks, John. I appreciate your time. Appreciate you getting on the Zoom call with me, and hopefully you'll get some phone calls.
You too. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Yeah. Well, thank you, and good luck to you.